Hey class, so today we're going to be talking all about the weather, and I know that yesterday we ended class kind of talking about it, and we watched that fun video. They are up and dancing around and singing, and I have put that in this lesson or this PowerPoint just so you could show your parents if they're watching with you, because I know that a lot of you enjoyed it. So we're going to be learning about the weather patterns and how they do on the day and time of year, and we're going to be using a timeline tomorrow in class to talk about the seasons. So this is the video right here. You can press play where my little pointer is if you want to watch that at home and show your parents. But today I will be following along with the PowerPoint to learn about the weather. So I can know that weather changes based on the time of year, and I know that I can understand when I identify different types of weather and the weather patterns based on the year. So let's talk about the patterns based on the year. Does anyone know what that might mean? Because when we think of a pattern, it occurs more than once. So in the winter, it might snow here. It might snow more than once. So that winter is a season, and we're going to pretty much a pattern of weather throughout the year is a season. But you might be wondering, what is weather? Some of you really just want to know the definition of weather. Weather is the state of the atmosphere that describes if it's too hot or too cold, wet or dry, calm or stormy, clear or cloudy. So I added in this little circle words about weather. You need to know the temperature. Some people might be like, well, how hot is it outside? But that's the same thing as what is the temperature. Participation in rain is kind of the same thing with like if it's going to rain or if it's going to snow. Is it going to be windy? Is it going to be cloudy? Is it just going to be hot? So these are words that we're going to go in more depth in this week about the weather. And you might be wondering, well, where do I go to see what the weather is going to be like? Because not everyone has TVs, or no one, you might not know the channel to go to see the TV, but you know that when you get up in the morning, you need to know what the weather's like outside for how to get dressed for school. So we can just click on this link right here, and it's going to take us to weather.com, and it will tell you everything you need to know about the weather. It's going to load, so you know my computer's a little bit slow. Well, here's the Weather Channel, but it's showing us for Charleston, even though we're not in Charleston. We're going to click on this button right here that says Find Me. And it's going to find where we're at. See up here, it's loading. It's been a little slow. Okay, here we are. We are in Shelby, and right now it is 60 degrees. It is sunny, and we know that sunny, when the sun's out right here, you can see that the sun is shining. It'll even tell us what it feels like. It feels like 58, and the reason it feels like 58 is because the wind is actually blowing a little bit here today. And then it has a map of everywhere. But if you know where your grandparents live or wherever you want to see what the weather's like, if you want to see what the weather's like in Mexico or the Bahamas or anywhere, you just type it in right here, and it'll tell you all about the weather where we live. But I wanted to record this lesson, and I wanted to record it outside so you could see what the weather is like today. So it says that it's 60 and sunny, and I want you to tell me, do you think that it is sunny outside? I think it's sunny outside, and I just wanted to record and show you that it's 60 and sunny today, but tomorrow when we do the lesson, we talk about the weather, it might change. Here is a timeline of the seasons. So right now we're almost to spring, and I put the word bloom. Does anyone know why I might put the word bloom right here? What happens in the springtime? You might be thinking that the flowers might bloom, the trees are blooming, because in the winter it snows, and what falls off of the trees? The leaves fall off the trees right here. And I put the word fall because that's the season that comes before winter, when all the leaves turn colors and you might go to the mountains and see the leaves. But we're going to go in order from where we're at right now. Right now we're almost to spring, where it starts to get a little bit warmer outside, where you might start to be able to wear shorts to school, and things are blooming. The trees and the flowers are blooming. Summer, I put the word hot, and I put it in capital letters. And we learned that when things are in all capital letters, that it's important, that they really mean what they're talking about. I put it in all capital letters because it can get very hot here. I know that all of us might go to the beach, or if we're not at the beach, we want to be in some type of water because it's always hot outside. And then the fall time is when the leaves fall. And the winter time is when it could snow or it can get really cold outside. So here's a video that we're going to learn a little bit more about the seasons. And I put Miss Hostetter's favorite season is, can you guess? Now this is going to be on your quiz tomorrow. So when I say this, you better listen. Are your listening ears on? Okay. My favorite season is fall. The reason that it's fall is because it's not too hot outside and you can wear a sweatshirt. But the main reason that my favorite season is fall is because it's football time. And I love football. So now we're going to watch this. Now this is a time when you need to turn your volume up on your computer at home.
The sun, the earth, the moon. The moon spins around the earth. The earth spins around the sun. And seasons occur. Spring, summer, autumn, winter. In spring, leaves are green. Flowers blossom. The weather is warm. Butterflies fly. Birds sing. Sometimes the weather is cloudy. Sometimes the weather is rainy. Open your umbrella.
In summer, the weather is sunny and hot. You can go to the beach. You can drink cold juice. You can swim in the sea. You can sail on a sailboat.
In autumn, the weather is cool. Leaves are red and brown. Sometimes the weather is cloudy. Sometimes the weather is rainy. Open your umbrella.
In winter, the weather is cold. Sometimes the weather is snowy. You can make a snowman.
What's your favorite season? My favorite season is winter. Because in winter, I can slide on a sled. I can ski. I can ice skate. I can make a snowman. I can have a snowball fight with my friends. What's your favorite season?
My favorite season is summer. Because in summer, I can go to the beach. I can drink cold juice. I can sunbathe. I can sail on a sailboat. I can swim. I can have a picnic.
When it's winter, I put on my winter clothes. When it's winter, I put on my sweater. When it's winter, I put on my jacket. When it's winter, I put on my coat. When it's winter, I put on my scarf. When it's winter, I put on my hat. When it's winter, I put on my boots.
When it's summer, I put on my summer clothes. When it's summer, I put on my t-shirt. When it's summer, I put on my sunglasses. These aren't mine. When it's summer, I put on my sunglasses. When it's summer, I put on my shorts. When it's summer, I put on my flip-flops.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Okay. So I hope that you're thinking in your head about what your favorite season is, because that's also going to be on your quiz tomorrow. Be thinking of, do you like spring, summer, fall, or winter, and be thinking of why, because I'm going to come around and ask you why you chose that to be your favorite season. Tomorrow when you come to class, you are going to click here. You're going to click here for a preview of our quiz. I'm going to give you a preview of what it's going to be like. So you put your name, you put the weather, what the weather is like in Shelby that day that we're doing that, and I just put a picture of a nice, pretty spring day at the Tucker Student Center at Gardner-Webb. I know that many of your parents work there, and many of you have been to Gardner-Webb before, so I wanted to give you a nice picture of what a nice sunny day like we're having today is like. Okay, and then you're going to have a couple questions about what season we're in, how do we find out what the weather will be like, where do we go to find out what we're going to wear to school. Does the weather affect what you can do? Can you play outside in the rain? And I know that many of you do play outside in the rain, but does the weather affect what we can do? Because we can't go to the beach when it's snowing outside. And then speaking of snow, when would it most likely snow? You pick the month that you think it would most likely snow. And what is your favorite season? Like I told you, it would be on your quiz. And then what is Miss Hostetter's favorite season?